Ladies, if you're thinking about starting self-defense training, I've got 5 tips that's really gonna help make your experience a whole lot easier. Tip number 1, it's totally natural, it's totally normal for you to feel awkward and unsure of yourself when you start Krav Maga training. Everyone feels it. Kids, teens, women, men, everyone feels it. It's totally natural, especially when you're doing something new. You don't know what to expect. You don't know what the people are going to be like. You don't know what you're going to be like. Like with anything new in life, you're going to feel unsure of yourself. You're not going to know what to expect. So it's okay to feel unnatural, unsure of yourself, uncomfortable. It's just part of the process. It's just like that first step that you have to take. You just have to get over that line, over that obstacle, and from there, you're going to see yourself grow and change. There's been so many people that come through Krav Maga training that say, you know, after a couple of weeks of doing it even, that I feel so much better about myself. I feel so much more confident. I feel like I can be assertive in my life now. And that's a result of them overcoming that first boundary of just feeling uncomfortable. It's natural. So go with it and you will be fine. Tip number 2 is that expect to make physical contact, okay? I don't know how many of you out there know what Krav Maga means. It's a Hebrew word and translates to literally contact combat, which means you have to make contact while you're doing it, okay? I can't tell you how many people come into training, especially women, and they almost looked shocked by the fact that they have to make contact with their training partner. Now this doesn't mean that you have to start knocking people out or scratching their face off or hitting them in the groin and knocking them down to the ground. It's not like that, okay? Doing Krav Maga training is not like a barbaric system of self-defense. We train in sophisticated ways so that you are safe while you train, but you get the most benefit out of your training. You get the most realistic idea of what it takes. Your partners are going to be in protective gear, you're going to be in protective gear. You're always encouraged to put 100% effort and energy and attitude into it, but physical contact, you have to have a little bit. You have to know what it takes and what it feels like, especially if you're the one that's on the receiving end of an attack. It can be a very shocking thing at first to get hit. You don't want that first time to be out on the street or in a real situation where it's your life on the line and you need those valuable seconds to react, get away to safety. 3, doing something like Krav Maga is challenging. It's physically challenging, it's mentally challenging, and it's emotionally challenging. Physically, you have to push yourself. You have to push yourself past your limits to what you're usually used to. When you first start out, you can sort of ease into it, but after a certain amount of time, you're expected to push yourself. You need to give 100% when you're learning to defend, when you're learning to attack. How we train Krav Maga at our gym at Krav Maga Systems is that we believe if you can't do it on the training floor, you're probably not going to be able to do it out there in a real situation. So that means if you can't handle the fear, if you can't handle the physical requirements that you need to survive in the training room, you can't do it in real life. Tip number 4 is mindset is really important. You need to expect that when the instructor says, come on, go, give it everything you've got, that you give it everything you've got. And don't even rely on the instructor to say that. You need to remember why you're training, what you're training for. You need to think about the situation as if it was happening to you. You need to get into that right mindset so you learn how to react in the best way possible so you have the best chances for you to survive the situation and get home safe. Last tip is to trust and believe in yourself. You got to be your #1 supporter in this. The instructors are here, your peers are here, they're going to support you, they're going to encourage you, but you need to be able to pull yourself over the line as well. It's likely just going to be you out there on your own dealing with that situation, so you need to be able to give yourself that mental push, not give up. So practice that in training. If you make a mistake while you're training, don't dwell on the fact that you made a mistake. Encourage yourself to adapt, encourage yourself to be better next time when you do the technique. So there you go, those are my 5 tips for women if you're thinking about starting self-defense training. If you want more tips and resources like this, subscribe to our YouTube channel or you can follow us on Facebook or on Instagram. Thanks. Kia ora.